black Chevy here for the fuel pump control module. So here is that little guy. We just got that in from GM. The customer gave us the green light on that. A little worried about this one. It came in a box that was taped up. Does not appear to have ever been installed. I don't see scuff marks where it was plugged in, so that's kind of makes me feel a little better. But so that's the number on that little fella if you guys are looking for one. Fresh from Mexico. I got our laptop firing up. We were going to use our Bosch MasterTech, our VCI, so it's our interface module we're going to use to program this. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to log on to the GM website and download the information and the software for that and get it flash programmed. I've got the battery charger on this. Hopefully this battery holds up. This thing's got like the battery it's in, it's pretty spank. It may be in my best interest to put a known good battery in it, but I've got a charger on it and it's still drawing about 20 amps right now. So I'm going to let that sit for a little while, get that battery kind of up to snuff. That's one thing you don't want to have is a weak battery when you're going into programming, because it can goof things up and interrupt the whole process. So on the GM website, we go to, acdelcotds.com, and you'll enter in some information to get a username and password, and that's the one you use, all the time when you come here. We accept their terms. You got to accept their terms each time, and here they'll have special announcements about different things. You want to read them because sometimes the site's actually shut down. So we want to go to service and programming info, and then we're going to get service programming only with the new calibration software. So then we'll click on this subscribe. We'll put in our credit card information, address, and all that stuff, and then that'll get us access to the stuff that we're going to need. After you've gone through and done all your business there with the credit card and everything, you can just go to access your subscription. That's going to take us to a little different screen where it gives us more news available. Let's see, because it's been my experience, a little bit of programming that I've done, they're pretty particular about what version of Java you're using, what version of Windows, and it gets kind of silly. All right, so let's move into the vehicle. We'll grab our interface device, get that hooked up, make sure we got comm and everything with the car, and take it from there. So now we're inside the car. I've got our MasterTech. I've got it hooked down to the data link connector. Now you want to be pretty mindful of the data link connector and its condition, and not wailing it with your foot or something. I've got it hooked up to our laptop, so we'll get this set up. We'll make sure that we've got comm with the VCI module, that we can talk to the car just normal and all that. Of course, I've got the new fuel pump driver, or the fuel pump module there, plugged in. So we're going to have comm codes or some sort of code with that. So we'll make sure that's true, and then we'll continue on with this. Really no good spot to set up in here. So I'll try to do the best I can with this. We'll hook up to our VCI module here. Alright, so we're connected to that. And we'll go into the Shop Foreman Pro software. Turn the key on the truck, turn the headlights off. And we will just go into the scan tool portion of it. Make sure it can ID the vehicle. Just this way here we just know that it's talking. Dashing this thing at every single light is on. Alright, so it looks like we found it. Yeah, 07 Silverado. Yes, to continue. Powertrain. The VCM. Like I said, we should have a new code in there now. Of course, there's a bunch of codes in there where we had the rich codes, security key code, misfire code, brake light switch code, and now we should probably have some comm code here, I would think. Fuel pump relay, control circuit. Yeah, lost common with fuel pump module. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so we know it recognizes the module that's there. So let's just close that out. We don't need that anymore. We'll hop back on here. Alright, so we're going to go to service programming. Hit OK. We do not want to do our Java update because we've got the version of Java on there now that they're happy with. So alright, now it wants to know you know, if we're using the Tech 2 or the MDI, and we're not using either one. So we're going to skip this because we're using the Bosch. So that it should bring us up as an option. Okay, so we are using the MVCI. We're going to replace and reprogram ECU. We'll go to next. Turn the ignition off. Fully charged. Turn ignition on. Engine off. Connect our device. Oops. We've got to close this out. There we go. Select vehicle. So we're working on a Chevy. Even though it's going to VIN it, we still got to go through this process. 07 light duty truck. Yep. Scroll down here. Silverado. It should pull up our VIN. What our VIN end with, like 005 or 055, something like that. 055, so that's our truck. And we are doing, let's find it here, the fuel pump control module. And we're doing a normal type programming. Now VCI, that would be a special file that GM would send you. Let's see, yep, so turn it off, remove existing controller, we've already done that. Install new controller, turn ignition on. There's no specific instructions. So it's going to communicate with it now. Brings up the current calibrations, you know, the operating system that's going to install. So if we were doing an update, you know, this may be different than the calibrations that you have, but ours is blank, so that's the software that it's going to install. And then this just lets us know that once we get done replacing, some other modules may be dead. Or dead in the sense that they just become non-functional, and just tells you to cycle the battery. I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. And at this point it's going to download the software from the internet, so you got to make sure you have a good internet connection. It would probably be wise to have the battery plugged in on the laptop, but you know, in this case I think we're all set. This goes pretty quick. Let's see, fuel control module, let's see, record this for warranty. Let's see, we're going to clear the DTCs. And then once this is done and everything's happy here, we can, you know, we can go on with the same VIN, and we can go through and we can update his, you know, HVAC module and BCM and PCM and all that stuff if we wanted to. But in this case, we're just fixing the fuel pump driver, and that's it. So, like I say, we could proceed with same VIN, and you could go in here, but I think we're still under the heading of programming a new module, so we would actually want to go back out and start all over for, you know, for updating a module. So that should be good. Let's see if the truck starts. We'll cycle the key off. we are done in here. Got that all updated. We'll see if the truck starts. Well, she's running a little rough. But we did have that P0300 in there too, so that may be, you know, some kind of cold start misfire. Of course, it's smoothed out now. It sat inside here overnight, so it's stone cold. Let's look at the fuel trim. This thing's hardly got any gas in it. Let's load up the software and look at the fuel trim counters. We'll turn the key back on here. Actually, we'll start it again. We'll just let it sit here and warm up a little bit. She's running a little rough here on the cold start, I'll give her that. But it did just have all the codes erased and vehicle reset and all that. I'm not too worried about it at this point. Got to bolt the, I already mentioned, got to bolt the module back in. It's just hanging down there anyways right now. I think I already said that. I don't keep track of what I say. So I don't know if we can see the fuel pump driver module, can we? Sorry, HVAC. Oh yeah, does our HVAC and stuff work? It does. Okay, sweet. BCM, no. It's under chassis. No, it's not an option on this tool. But we can at least see our fuel trim data. We'll have to plug, if we don't have a fuel rail pressure PID here, we'll plug the Veris back in there and look at that. So what do we want? We want information. No. Oops. OBD controls. Crank clearing. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a crank clearing because we reset the computer. Is it snap list? I don't know what the heck it's listed under here. There we go. Engine data. Here we go. Fuel trim data. Alright, there's our airflow. Hey, our long term's looking a little better. -4 on both banks. See where our short term's at. Let's bounce around positive numbers. So shoot, that'll put our fuel trim rate about 0. Fantastic. So that is definitely a confirmed fix. Oh, was there a fuel rail pressure? I wasn't even paying attention on the way by. Fuel trim, no, fuel trim, fuel volatility. Yeah, 12% left in the tank. Well, the gauge up here is pegged on E. Yeah, let's, just for the heck of it, let's just plug in the Veris, check out the fuel pressure PID there, because that should be all back to normal now. But we can see our fuel trims are good, so that makes me feel better. I'm going to shut this off this time. There we go. So we're getting her loaded back in here. Like I say, before it leaves, I'm going to do a crank relearn with it. That could be why it was running so choppy when it first started there. So we got no codes in the fuel pump driver module. Let's go look at some data. Alright, so now our desired and our actual match, and our pump is only being commanded at 43% instead of 100%. So that's a lot better than where we were at when we started. Do you guys remember, right? And we're taking, we pump back into the engine here. Of course, we shouldn't have any codes because we just cleared them and hasn't gone through a drive cycle. And let's just look at some data. Good enough. Oops, didn't want to do a graph view. Oh, what in the thunder. It's a problem you get using too many scan tools, you forget how to use them. So, okay, yeah, so our field trims are right about 0, or close enough to it. Good enough for the girls I run with. That's what I like to say. Looks like our cats are working. And she's running in stoic. I just like to say that word, stoic. So it looks pretty good. Pretty easy fix, I guess, in the long run. May not have been the cheapest fix, but easy fix nonetheless. So there's that, folks. Swap it over. What are you doing? Hey! Mrs. O! Get over here. Come here. What are you doing?
I got a tip for you.
Oh, you got a tip? This is a fixing tip?
It's a woman's tip, ready? So if you can't hold the nail because it's in a little spot and it's hard to get your fingers in there.
That ain't no tip.
It is a tip.
That's not a tip. That's a damn pair of pliers.
It is a tip. If you didn't think of that,
no, like if you use like
keep dropping the nail, keep dropping the nail. You just need another.
That's not like a life hack would be like, you know.
I didn't say it was a life hack. You're putting words in my mouth. I just said.
But that's what people are into nowadays. They don't want tips, they want life hacks. That's what they're called. So like if it was a life hack, what I would do is like, oh, if you got to put a nail in and you don't have a pair of pliers like a normal person, you can use a piece of bread and stick it in the corner of the bread and stick the bread up there. Then you hit it in the wall and then you eat the bread.
So you can't have a hammer. You got to have what, a rock?
No, you have a hammer. You just got no way to hold a nail.
Okay.
Come up with a hack. Like use a piece of cardboard, stick it through the piece of cardboard.
Okay, here we go.
Let's give a real life hack. Come on. Go to the program.
I got a different life hack for you. Alright, so if you don't have pliers now, you can take your nail and you can stick it through there.
That's a hack.
It's going to hold it for you and then you can...
Well, you can't put it through metal, but...
Obviously.
Right, let's go try out your hack. Let's see what you're doing. You're interrupting the whole program here.
Alright, don't throw away your pliers over there in the cardboard.
Oh, yeah, don't throw away my pliers.
How come you didn't fix it? Oh,
fix
I can't
what?
even get to it.
Oh, that, I broke that this morning.
Oh, see...
You got it, it's upside down. Yeah, there you go. Well, move your
I know it's upside down.
There's going to be a domestic dispute here. Can you unhook it?
No, don't. It doesn't need to be.
From 1918.
You broke it. You should have fixed it.
I didn't. I just pretended like I didn't see it. Oh, look at that hack. Look at that life hack right there.
Okay.
That ain't gonna work. It's the wood split.
Oh.
Now to take your cardboard, make it look like we know what we're doing. Yeah, huh? Life hack. Hey, easy with a woodpecker.
It's holding.
All right.
So you pull on it.
Damn, look at that life hack number.
1.
No, because you haven't done any more.
Yeah.
Hey, how did you get out? Get over here. Come on. All right, good job, Mrs. O. We're gonna get back to our fuel pump module. Thanks for interrupting our program. I always worry when Mrs. O comes rummaging through my toolbox what's going on. This little module all bolted down here. Good to go. Whoa! Good catch. We just gotta know. I mean, is this box full of corrosion? I don't know if the guy I imagine this thing is probably held on with more than just the 4 screws, you know. I imagine it has to be mounted in the location that it is because of the high current wires going to the pump. They probably want, you know, as short as possible on those. I don't know. We've ran relays from under the hood for a long time, I guess. Let's see if we can't break into this bad boy. Careful. I don't know if this is a technical OEM procedure or not. Seems legit. Because you know dang well everybody at home's like, oh, I would have opened that up and done whatever it is I do. I'm not that good. I can't even get the damn thing open. How am I supposed to get it open and fix it? Seems like it was sealed pretty well. Except this little black thing over here. What's this? Oh yeah, that's a weak spot. There's a weak spot. There she is. Wow. I just think, you know, back in the day, we used to have a fuse, an ignition switch, and a relay. And that would turn on our fuel pump. And today, we have this to do the same job. And before we had a relay, we had what they called the camshaft. And we had a fuel pump with a little lever on it that went pump, 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 pump. Whatever, dude. All right, folks, that's it. The Chevy is all done. It works good. Our fuel trim's good. Our actual fuel pressure versus our commanded fuel pressure is spot on. You know what in the beginning looked like a problem with a fuel pressure sensor, you know, quickly escalated into the black box. It always ends up back at the black box. And I don't know, am I gonna be one of them old guys that says, well, when I was a kid, we had a vacuum regulator? Well, the relay, the switch, and the vacuum regulator doesn't look too bad, you know, compared to this whole circus. But like I said, whatever. I don't design them. I just try my best to fix them, and that gets more difficult by the day. So it is what it is. We can piss and moan about it, or we can try to get with the times and keep these things going. So we'll leave it at that. Questions, comments, concerns in the comment box down below. Write them all there, and try to keep up with those the best I can. I've been pretty steady, pretty busy here at work, so the YouTube has been pretty tough to keep up on, but we do the best we can. And Google Plus, Facebook, all that. Subscribe if you haven't. That way there you guys don't miss an episode of the shop drama. Well, we don't have much of that, but we do put out some repair videos from time to time. So you don't want to miss those. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.